I don't know how they did it. All I know is they did it. I don't think anybody knows how they did it. For ages, Egypt has been like a giant treasure chest full of ancient wonders waiting to be found, where history blends appropriately with today. Every speck of sand here whispers the possibility of uncovering something remarkable, but what these explorers found went beyond anyone's imagination. They stumbled upon a tomb belonging to a queen who lived 800,000 years ago, a queen whose story was hidden in mystery, her identity lost over time. Who was this queen? What secrets does her ancient tomb hold? Join us as we uncover the incredible discovery made by scientists in Egypt on January 25, 2011. The streets of Cairo erupted with protesters demanding the end of President Hosni Mubarak's 30-year rule. Amid the chaos and global attention focused on the turmoil above, a remarkable discovery was quietly unfolding far below the surface. Deep in the ancient dusty tunnels of the Valley of the Kings, a team of archaeologists, led by Suzanne Bickel from the University of Basel in Switzerland, was on the brink of uncovering one of the most significant archaeological finds of the century. The team had stumbled upon the top of a large round stone at the eastern end of the valley. Initially, they thought it might be just the top of an abandoned shaft. However, the stone was part of something much more extraordinary. The archaeologists had uncovered the entrance to a previously unknown tomb, later identified as KV-64. This was a breakthrough as the Valley of the Kings, a royal burial ground for pharaohs and nobles, had not seen such a significant discovery in decades. Before they could explore further, they had to navigate Egypt's strict regulations for archaeological discoveries. They carefully covered the stone with a locked iron door, informed the Egyptian authorities, and applied for the necessary permits to continue their excavation. A year after receiving the green light to dig, Bickel returned to the remote site, this time with a robust team of around 24 experts and laborers. Among them were Elena Piszczykova, a distinguished field director from the University of Basel, and Egyptian inspector Ali Rida. Local workers, whose families had lived in the area for generations, also joined the team. The atmosphere buzzed with anticipation as they prepared for the careful task ahead. Each member took turns lying on the ground, pressing their heads against the cool shaft wall, and reaching through a small hole next to the capstone to take photographs. The images they captured were nothing short of astonishing, revealing the unmistakable presence of an ancient tomb. This tomb, untouched for millennia, held secrets of a long-lost era. Amidst the debris inside the tomb rested a dusty black coffin, a remarkable find. It was carefully carved from plane tree wood and adorned with large vibrant yellow symbols that stood out boldly on its sides and top. The craftsmanship was wonderful, and Bickel, who had seen numerous Egyptian artifacts in her career, declared that she had never encountered a coffin in such extraordinary condition. The team also discovered fragments of pottery, made from Nile silt and pieces of plaster, materials commonly used by ancient Egyptians to seal tomb entrances. These findings, combined with the dating of nearby sites, indicated that the tomb was likely over 3,000 years old, dating back to the New Kingdom period, a time when pharaohs like Ramses II and Tutankhamun ruled Egypt. The symbols revealed that the tomb belonged to a woman named Nemesbatet. Experts in ancient Egyptian history, known as Egyptologists, believe she was a high-ranking lady associated with the Ammonius Temple. Nemesbatet lived during a time when Egypt was a hub of cultural and religious activity, making her burial site particularly captivating. For years, people have been saying that there is nothing new to discover in the Valley of the Kings. This belief dates back to the time they started digging there. Giovanni Battista Belzoni, an antiquarian from Venice, thought he had uncovered the last of the tombs in the valley during his expedition in 1817. About a century later, another excavator named Theodore Davis also believed he had finished exploring the valley just before the famous tomb of Tutankhamun was discovered. The Valley of the Kings has long been a treasure collection of ancient wonders. During the New Kingdom period, it served as the burial ground for pharaohs and powerful nobles from the 16th to the 11th century BC. Each tomb tells a story of the individual buried within and the society that built it. These tombs are often decorated with detailed wall paintings and inscriptions that provide insights into the religious beliefs and daily life of ancient Egyptians. Fortunately, a growing number of people now think there are still many hidden treasures waiting to be found in the Valley of the Kings, the Nile Delta, and across Egypt. Modern technology, such as ground-penetrating radar and 3D mapping, has revolutionized the way archaeologists search for and study ancient sites. These advancements have led to the discovery of previously hidden chambers and artifacts, suggesting that the valley still holds many secrets. Discoveries like Naimah's Bastet's tomb continue to spark interest in these ancient mysteries. The artifacts found within her tomb, although simple, can provide valuable information about the burial practices and daily life of the upper class in ancient Egypt. Items such as pottery, jewelry, and amulets often hold symbolic meaning and were believed to protect and provide for the deceased in the afterlife. It is fascinating to see that even a wealthy woman from this period was buried with rather simple belongings. Bickel notes that Naimah's Bastet's plain wooden coffin and basic seal tools stand in stark contrast to the luxurious pottery, furniture, and food found in older tombs. Though her wooden coffin was quite costly, it lacked the complex inner coffins seen in other similar burials. Could this be the resting place of an incredibly ancient queen? The discovery of Naimah's Bastet's coffin has caused quite a stir among Egyptologists. Unlike the elaborate gold and jewel-encrusted sarcophagi of well-known pharaohs like Tutankhamun, Naimah's Bastet's burial suggests a different social status or possibly an even older time. Wooden coffins were typically used for those who could not afford stone, yet the craftsmanship indicates she was still an important figure. After reinforcing the coffin and securing the mummy, Bickel's team transported it across the Nile to Luxor. There, a thorough investigation is currently underway to uncover the true identity of this mysterious woman. Advanced imaging techniques, including CT scans and 3D reconstructions, are being used to study the mummy without damaging it. DNA analysis may provide clues about her lineage, potentially linking her to known royal families or revealing previously unknown connections. With significant insights into the controversial finds of ancient Egypt, people often find that the simplest tombs with wooden coffins turn out to be the oldest. Additionally, their symbols are frequently more wonderful in detail. Some experts believe that earlier periods focused more on the quality of inscriptions rather than the excess of burial goods. Could this be the discovery of an original burial, with the simple signs falsely claiming the identity of the occupant to conceal the tomb's true ancient origins? Some perimeter scientists suggest that Egyptian antiquities might be hiding a sacred truth. They believe that the Egyptians merely copied the original builders of the pyramids, taking over their structures after they were already constructed. Years later, people continue to uncover fascinating evidence supporting these claims in various forms. In 1995, a remarkable discovery was made under Giza by a team led by Kent Weeks. They unearthed over 100 underground chambers, shedding new light on the ancient site. Some alternative researchers propose that the history of ancient Egypt might be entirely different from the official narrative. According to these researchers, the inhabitants of the Pharaonic Empire were not the original builders of the pyramids. Instead, they believe the Egyptians simply copied the grand structures created by an earlier unknown civilization. But how credible are these claims? Is there any substantial evidence to back them up? Supporters of this theory often point to the significant erosion patterns found on the pyramids, and most notably the Sphinx. They argue that the heavy rainfall that caused these erosion marks suggests that the stone guardian is much older than mainstream experts believe. Detailed studies of past rainfall patterns indicate that the erosion does not match the presumable period when the pyramids and the Sphinx were built. Remarkably, some theorists suggest that these structures could be as old as 800,000 years. However, this idea presents a major challenge. The current understanding indicates that Homo sapiens have only been around for about 300,000 years, making it seemingly impossible for humans to have constructed these monuments at such an ancient time. If these claims hold any truth, they would radically change the understanding of human history and ancient civilizations. The possibility that an advanced society predating known human history might have existed is both thrilling and bewildering, inviting people to rethink the origins of some of the world's most iconic structures. What's remarkable is that these chambers show evidence of multiple flash flooding events involving seawater throughout the ages, suggesting a complex history people are only beginning to understand. What adds to the mystery is the absence of any written records detailing the construction of these monuments. Despite extensive carvings found in ancient Egypt, there's no mention of how the pyramids or the Sphinx were built. This interesting gap in historical records sparks curiosity. Surprisingly, more hasn't been shared about such a significant find, leaving people to wonder about the implications of this discovery. Could it be a groundbreaking but controversial revelation? Delving into Quab, a site that had been explored extensively apart from its massive ancient wall surrounding the entrance, Quab's location atop a naturally formed hill challenges previous assumptions made by academia. This site holds layers of history waiting to be uncovered, potentially reshaping the understanding of the past. Upon exploring this site, the construction of the wall upon closer examination revealed a monumental feat. Built with a cemented mix of seashells and melted rocks at a height of 25 feet, it showcases engineering techniques ahead of its time. Scientists now speculate that this method contributed to the preservation of the site, safeguarding its historical significance. Could there be a different side to ancient Egypt that hasn't been fully revealed? Are there ancient truths waiting to be discovered?